then you
Sure.
can begin.
That we
And
can do.
right, and then I'll introduce Pranay once you are done with the introduction, and once Pranay leaves, then we can continue. Right?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. I guess
Hi,
if you
Pranay.
have.
Am I audible? Mhm.
Okay, probably Pranay was on a different mic. Yes, you can begin. I'll just make him join again.
Um, Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. So, I welcome you all in today's Road to Google Cloud Developer Certification. As you are aware, we were planning to start this study group for a long time now. Uh, Most of you know me. My name is Mayur Rathi. I'm the organizer of GDG Cloud Bhopal. Today we are gathered here to for an info session. Here I would be guiding you about the Google Cloud certification. What are the various learning paths which are available for you all? How to prepare for this? Specifically, we will be looking after the Associate Cloud Engineer Certification learning path. This is the uh, entry level learning path. Okay, you can start with no background on cloud. We will start from the basics of cloud. So the learning paths look like: start with the basics of cloud computing, then learn about the foundation, the core services of GCP. Along with it, you all would be having access to the hands-on learning platform called Cloud Skill Boost or Quick Labs. So for the next 8 weeks we will be working on this, and I will ensure that you are ready to get a GCP certification at the end of 8 weeks. So today we have Pranay with us. I would request him to guide you with the importance of certification and additionally why upskilling is important. And then we can discuss the uh, details of this learning path.
All right. So probably I'll take a moment to introduce Pranay. Before that, I am Arpan. I am an organizer with GDG New Delhi, and Mayur has been kind enough to, invite me just to take part in the event. Pranay is more than being a long-term friend. I mean, I don't know since when we know each other and how many events we've done. Probably some of the biggest dev fests and tech events we've done together. He's right now
Yes.
working with Google,
Yeah.
and he's our guide when we go for any problem
Agar I'm in
related
the
to
middle of
GCP.
something, can I call back you after
And
half an hour?
more than that, he's been the one who has shaped up Google Cloud, GDG
Perfect,
Cloud New
perfect. I
Delhi,
would be there.
since the
Okay.
time
Thank
it
you.
began,
Bye.
and is still, tempted, but to an extent tries not to, but he cannot stop himself from getting involved in the community, which is something that, comes from within because of the value he gives and probably things that he has gained from the community on in terms of skills and in terms of friends also. But not taking any more time, Pranay, all yours. And Pranay has, especially, I just pinged him 5 minutes ago. He said, yes, I am excited to join. I will just ask him if he has just 5 minutes to interact with everyone. So if you guys have any question, anything, I mean, these 5 minutes, ये 5 मिनट तुमसे कोई नहीं छीन सकता. Over to you, Pranay. Importance of certifications and a little bit more about you.
I think You exaggerated a lot more than I could really speak about myself. But yeah, thank you so much for that introduction. Yeah, I'm Tane. I currently work with Google as a customer engineer. I think I started my journey similar to how everyone here in the room is already trying to take a journey and really optimize for a better career or with some sorry, I was just seeing a phone call. Yeah, really optimize for a career and get some you know up leap in terms of how to get further in cloud as a domain. Yeah, I think the way I can summarize it is that I would possibly the last person to talk about this, but I have a blog called "When Not to Do Certifications," right? And all it talks about is don't do it for the sake of doing it. Do it because it adds value to your career. Yeah, and I think that is exactly how I like it. In little ways, I can summarize it. If you are a student right now, I think the better way to optimize would be for to go for the associate cloud engineer certification that we're talking about here. That will put at least something on your resume, uh, and the certificate is valid for 3 years. So by the time you graduate, you'll still have like good leeway for as a student to jump ahead and show that you work with these technologies. Yes, and then I think the second way, if you're a professional today and you want to transition, I think the certifications are the best way to put that again on your resume and say that you worked on this tech and you understand what it means. It is, and any that I think that will go for any certificate, degree, or any kind of education that you get. It is just your uh, ticket to entrance to to a better career or a better opportunities, and that is what exactly this even the certification would offer, but largely on the lines of you know yeah, I mean, largely on the lines of it will help you transition if as a professional, or maybe even advance if you want to get into specializations. And because everything today is on cloud, therefore cloud certifications become really important. Yeah, I think this came as a surprise. This is as far as I can think of it. Uh, yeah, I think what I will do is I will share my blog. Someone, can we text here? Yes, we can text here. Certification. Uh, okay. I think this will give a good read about uh, why pursuing these become really important, and how, because I made my career with certifications, I can definitely tell you that truth, and I can talk about like 10 more people who you possibly look out to or look out for, and then certifications are really important for them to have some validity and stay up to date with what's coming up latest. So yeah, that's I think that is about it. uh yeah.
Thanks, Pranay. Guys, he's opening at a client of slowly. Just two questions. If anyone has any question, you can put it on chat related to certifications or in the Q&A tab. Otherwise, it should be, we can just get him free after this. But super thanks, for coming in and talking about it. Okay. All right. Okay. But just out of curiosity, Pranay, what was the first certification that you did?
Professional cloud architect, because back when I started there were only two, and then the third one came along, which was associate cloud engineer. So I gave my professional cloud architect, and 3 days later I gave my associate cloud engineer, thinking that if I've done a professional certification, I might as well be able to do an associate one. But the associate one was harder because I did not appropriately prepare for it.
Okay.
Yeah, but in fact, that is a much easier certification to have because it's a lot more transactional and unit learning based. So I think yeah, professional cloud architect, and I think today there are about 11 Google Cloud certifications, each of them specializing in like various domains, specifically as a professional. And I think given the hype of uh, generative AI today, the machine learning certification is something that has a lot of value. But the journey starts again only with the associate one, which is which of course
Great.
is the
Super
first.
nice.
Hi,
Cool.
Pranay.
I'll get basically I'll leave the stage now. Mayur, if there is any more questions, over to you, man. Your lead. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, Pranay.
Hey,
Uh,
Mayur, hi.
uh, Thank you for joining at the last minute. So we are grateful that you have shared your wisdom. So I have only one question for you. How being a community organizer or as a part of community have helped you grow professionally?
I think I would not be here wherever I am if I did not have the community. Very honestly, I also did have a lot of fair advantage in terms of my interviews because a lot of people knew me either, and it's not just. I mean, community was a big part of it. I can tell you that for sure. I met my current manager before Google at a community event. He was a speaker there, right? And that is one way to put it. But I have been a Google Cloud partner, developer, customer, and now an employee. So I've played like various roles across this ecosystem. But I'm pretty sure that community is what made me reinforce that confidence again and again around the technology and the way I've seen it grow. I'm pretty sure Google Cloud is leading charge on a lot of aspects in the cloud market.
Okay, thank you. So, so I can relate to it very much because I myself did my professional certification first, and later I did my associated. Uh, and even I learned cloud through communities only. Earlier, I used to work for different communities uh, of different cloud providers such as Azure. So I learned cloud from there. Later, I got into GCP. I've started learning Google Cloud, and I myself can share that I have grown in terms of professionally. Additionally, also in terms of salary also. So I am earning 5x I was earning in my last job, and that is only because of GCP certification.
Yeah, could say that. Yeah, yeah, I think that would be the last number that I would see through it. Right? Like, if
It's just like it gives you credibility to showcase that you have that understanding.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Certification is not a benchmark that that is necessary, but rather this gives you validation.
yeah, I think it gives your employer the validation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is why you make that 5x, right? Like,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. I think
uh,
Abhishek has one question, and then possibly I drop off.
sure.
Right. Which is better to get done certification from single company, let's say Google, or go multiple companies? Say, um, depends on what role you are in, right? Um, like really depends on what role you are in. Um, a lot of people would do, let's say, if they're data scientists, would do the ML or data engineer certifications across all the three providers because that is what their job demands. I only worked with Google, so did not really feel the need to go out. But yeah, it really boiled down to what is your job demand. I think my last job was a multi-cloud setup, and therefore, yeah, did start learning Azure back then. Did not go a long way. Did not complete or do any certifications. Did not even study for them. But yeah, I did start reading about it, and at least being in the role that I am in, I have to have a fair amount of idea about other providers as well. So yeah, I think it would really boil down to what role you are in. Um, Also, when I did my certification, Google Cloud was fairly new, so committing to that, I think, paid off in the long run. But it was a big risk that when I took it back then. So yeah, I mean, TK was not the CEO back then, right? Like, there was barely any number or any market for Google Cloud back then, as compared to as what it is today. So yeah, we some of us early adopters took like really big risks in that sense. So, yeah, might as well go stick with one. Yeah, that's it. Uh,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, sure.
Uh,
Thank you. I will leave. I can connect on Twitter for anyone who wants to know. So uh,
Absolutely.
this is me on Twitter. Yeah, just reach out and possibly respond. Cool. Arfan, I'll drop. Yeah.
Okay, guys, so let's continue. So please confirm if the slide decks are visible, Arpan. Okay, thank you, guys. So let's continue from where we have left. Uh, so I am a cloud consultant and a learning consultant with Capgemini. I presently teach cloud to folks at Capgemini. I'm also a freelance GCP trainer. So if you have any queries related to GCP, feel free to reach out to me through community channels or on my social media handles also. I would be very much available to answer any of your queries. So I'm leading GCP community since a year, GCP Cloud chapter in Bhopal. Please do follow GCP Cloud Bhopal, GDG Cloud Bhopal on all our official channels, whether it is Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Communal, and on Bevy. All the new events are posted on Bevy, so ensure you are following and have signed up on Bevy as a platform. So why GDG? Why you should be get involved into this? Okay, GDG is a global community, stands for Google Developers Group. Presently, there are 500 plus chapters across globe and in different geographies in different countries, continent. In India itself, we have 72 chapters presently. Okay, so we host virtual in-person meetups, demo talks, expert lectures, just as we had one now itself. So feel free to get involved into this because from communities you learn a lot. You get to know what industry has to offer, what experts has to say, and eventually we also would be hosting hackathons in the near future in Bhopal itself. So let's start our today's discussion. We will start by discussing why there is a demand for cloud computing role, why you should get certified, what is the ROI of it, how what eventually will happen once you are certified or you obtain any of the industry recognized global certification. Okay, then what are the various GCP certifications which Google has to offer. How does an exam look like? And finally, I will share few of the resources which would be freely available to you all as you are part of this training. So you already see that cloud adoption, okay, continues to grow as industry is shifting from their on-prem workload on their present infrastructure to the cloud. Why it is happening? Because of the cost. Okay, people are moving, or the organization are moving from their capital expenditure. They are going away with the investment they do to set up their own infrastructure, the resources they require. Now they are looking for a ready-made solution which cloud service provider such as Google, Microsoft, Amazon has to offer. Okay, so this also creates a large demand. Okay, people are moving uh, to the digital platform. This creates a large demand, and this demand has to be fulfilled. Okay, so for this reason, okay, we need more certified people in the industry who can manage these large workloads. Eventually Google Cloud is one of the option you can think of. And from my own experience, what I have known that Google Cloud, being one of the public cloud provider, is the easiest route you can start your cloud journey. The learning concepts and doing hands-on on GCP is much easier than any other cloud platform. Google Cloud is seeing the highest and the fastest growing demand. Okay, why it is happening? Because it is one of the top 10 certifications also in the IT industry today. Cloud technology requires new approach of learning, and that is the reason, like you, Google have came up with their own hands-on learning platform. With this learning platform, you eventually get access to the real cloud environment. You get temporary credentials. You work on the real cloud itself. Okay, you get these resources for temporary use for a limited time duration, but eventually you would be able to do certain hands-on practicals in the real Google Cloud environment. So why to certify? What are the benefits and the ROI? So we see that industry is highly competitive. Okay, even employers are looking for professionals. They do not want people to train. Okay, if they can get some pre-trained resources from the industry itself, they will eventually prefer them. So proficiency and the role-based certifications give you a benchmark of success. Okay, once you are certified, people will know that he already possesses those certain skill sets which that certification has to offer. And with Google Cloud certification, they have created and curated various certification based on the industry demand. So you can appear for it, you can start preparing for it, and eventually can look for and opt for the main Google Cloud certification. So there are some stats which can justify this also. The ROI. So people those who are certified, they feel more confident for their professional future. Okay, a large number of almost 80% of the recruiter also feel that they are hiring a right resource. This makes your resume very attractive. Just think of a scenario when a company comes to your institutes, your organizations, and it's look for various cloud profiles. They are hiring for any cloud profile, and if you are already certified with GCP or any other certification, okay, you will get an added advantages over people those are not certified. So that is again a unique sale point you would be having. Okay, you would be having upper end over the people those are not certified. Now let's look at the scope of Google Cloud certification, and then we can dig into the integrities of associate cloud engineer certification. So we will start by associate level certification. So associate level certification will check upon your technical requirements, whether you can build, deploy, and manage the cloud solutions or not, and what is the implementation of it. Whereas in professional level certification, it will check upon your business use case also. Okay, W- there can be more than one ways to fulfill a particular requirement. You can use multiple GCP services to fulfill a particular requirement, but you would be eventually requiring to reach to that solution in a cost optimized manner, in a less time duration, which can fulfill the business requirement also. Okay, it's not that like if, for example, if you can build up a application in a month using a higher cost solution, or there is a solution which will require to be made in 3 months, but is will incur a different cost, human resources. So you need to think accordingly. You need to go to and to reach to a solution which can be fulfilled in a best optimal manner. So professional level certification require additional level of understanding that only comes with experience. So what you see on the screen is a list of certification which presently GCP has to offer. They have added few more to that this list, but these are the major ones. So we have cloud digital leader, which is for the people those are non-technical people, such as sales or the leadership. Those only work on a higher level. Uh, that is, they do not have hands-on experience. Okay, associate cloud engineer, which is our focus, requires hands-on experience with Google Cloud. Generally, it is recommended that you should have 6 months of experience. Then you can appear for associate cloud engineer. But eventually, when you would be doing hands-on learning with me over the course of 8 weeks, okay, I will ensure that you would be ready to appear for this certification, and I will also try to get some discount vouchers for your certification. But that secondary, our focus would be that you can start your cloud journey, start with learning the basics of cloud computing, and then we can look for this associate level certification. Along with it, there are various professional level certification also. We have architect. If you think of going to the data engineering side, you know SQL already. Okay, if you aspire to become a data engineer, data scientist, then you can think of data engineer. Similarly, based on your role, as you gain experience, you can go on to appear for any of those professional certifications. So let's look at associate cloud engineer certification. Okay, so as per Google, associate cloud engineer is about the practical foundation of Google Cloud. That is like they think that any associate cloud engineer would be having the core, the fundamental understanding of GCP infrastructure, how Google has set up its whole infrastructure, what are the basic integrities of their platform. I will show you a quick demo in a while, but for now, just understand that you would be requiring basics understanding of each of the GCP core GCP services. Additionally, how resources are uh, created, how these are interconnected to each other, the basic networking understanding, the basic service level understanding of the core infrastructure is required. Uh, the prerequisite is nothing but the so as you complete this learning journey, you would be eventually learning about the fundamental core services. Also, you would be doing a lots of hands-on. So let's look at.
Mayur, just a small thing. Sorry
Okay.
interrupting. If you can
Huh.
just confirm the recording is like the YouTube live is You clicked on
Okay.
go live, right?
Yeah. Let me check again.
Yeah.
Just a
If
minute.
go live was not clicked, then still we can do that.
Arpan, I can confirm that it is active,
Okay,
as
great.
I can see the end stream button over there.
Okay, okay, great. Cool. Thank you. Thank
Cool.
you. Sorry for disturbing.
So I can take this opportunity to look if there are any questions which needed to be answered. So someone is asking how to join Bevy platform. Bevy is nothing but the community platform which where you had registered for this particular event. That is Bevy platform. Anirudh. So feel free to drop your questions. I can take it at the end of the session or in between also, as we would be moving towards the demo. Okay. For now, let's continue with the remaining slides, and which will guide you with the next steps. Okay. So we were discussing why certification is important, what GCP AC certification has to offer. Okay, so the overall agenda is to make you aware of the industry leading technology. Okay, you should do have hands on the latest technology if you are looking to compete in this the competitive IT industry. You already are gaining textbook knowledge. Uh, at my times, like we were only having theoretical material, but at your age, when if you are on college, okay, you do have access to lots of additional resources through different social media channels such as LinkedIn and Twitter. You learn using social media. That is one of the best way I found. uh, that is also community learning. I have seen people running campaigns like 100 days of code or 90 days of cloud. Sort of those campaigns allow you to learn with the community. People learn and share their understanding with the community. uh, so we are looking to move from textbook knowledge to get some hands-on expertise. Just a minute. Please confirm if I am audible.
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Cool, cool. Thank you, Arpan. So let's look at how your certification journey would look like. Additionally, we will look into the associate cloud engineer learning path. Finally, along with the learning path, your self-paced learning, I would eventually share you like when we would be connecting over the next 8 weeks, so that we can discuss whether key topics of this certification in a collective manner. Finally, I will guide you with how the questions would look. We can take that from the next session, but the today's focus would be how you would be starting your self-paced learning. So, what is certification study group? We are using platform called Commoodle for our hands-on learning for this study group. I do have already created a channel which we would be using for all our discussion. I would be posting additional theoretical material along with some recordings and some ebooks which you can refer along with the slide deck which we are discussing today. Okay, it will be having a lots of hyperlinks along with the learning path you would be following. So I would be requesting you all to follow and do not lag behind. Ensure you are completing the weekly objectives in a uh, in a sincere manner so that you we can complete this journey in the due time. So we would be having weekly sessions such as today's every Tuesday at 6 p.m. You can bookmark this link. We would be using this platform itself to for all of our uh, weekly live sessions. Along with it, there is an on-demand resources. So you all must have got email from Cloud Skill Boost that you are added to a shared group. If you are not, you might have registered using a different email ID. Just ensure you are logging into Quick Labs or cloudskillboost.google platform using your registered email ID only. Along with the resources, the learning path which you all would be following. Okay, you have a variety of skill badges also. So completing labs and quest on Quick Labs platform will allow you to earn these cool badges. This will be hosted on your Quick Labs public profile. Do not worry, I will show you all this in a demo shortly after this session. Okay, uh, shortly after the couple of slides. So just presently, just understand the badges you see are set of learning paths. Each learning path or quest or a skill badge contains several labs. Once you complete those several labs, for example, let's say you have completed 5 or 6 labs, which allows you to have hands-on on managing cloud resources. So you can earn this first badge called Create and Manage Cloud Resources. Now, this badge would be hosted on your public profile. This URL you can host it on your Twitter, on your LinkedIn, on your resumes. This will give employer or companies an idea that you know how to manage Google Cloud resources. So these badges are much cool. It won't be requiring any certification cost, and yet these are very much equivalent to certification these days. So this basically gives you recognition that you hold that cloud competency. So this we have already discussed. This so this is the certification homepage, cloud.google.com/certification. So also bookmark the homepage called cloud.google.com. Every resources, documentation, certification, all are available on that particular platform. Do not worry, I will curate a list of important links and would share you with you in the channel which we have created on Communal. I already have shared that link on WhatsApp group. I will also drop email to all the registered participants with all set of important links. So do not worry for now. Now, this is the learning path you would be following over the course of next 6 weeks. Okay. So we are here presently. We are reviewing the associate cloud certification. Additionally, I will be sharing you what things you need to complete in your first week. Okay. Then at the start of second week, I will share you what are the important lessons you would keep in mind for the preparation of second week. Similarly, we will proceed with the next 6 week for the next 6 weeks. Okay. At the end of eighth week, we would be having a mock session where I will guide you with the important steps, tips and tricks, question bank for preparing for the associate cloud certification. So week one would
You are on mute, Mayur. You got on mute. Mayur, you are on mute. We lost you for last 30 seconds. Probably you also need to change the mic from settings. It got switched. From the gear icon at the bottom of the screen, you can change the mic.
Hi Arpan, am I audible? Finally.
Yes, you are audible. Yeah.
Okay. Just let me reshare my screen and then we can continue from there.
It's visible. Screen is
Okay,
visible.
cool. So in this, so I was basically reviewing what are the topics you would be learning over the course of next 6 weeks. Okay, you would be starting from the core infrastructure uh, course, which will guide you with the basic, uh, the building blocks of Google Cloud platform, how Google Cloud as a platform is designed, what are the core services which you needs to learn, how services are hosted on GCP, what are the ways you can interact with GCP as a platform, what is GUI, what is Cloud Shell. Additionally, you would be learning how to interact with GCP as a whole. Okay, along with it, if you see on each of the weeks, you would be having certain hands-on labs also. Okay, so the ideal time duration you would be spending for this learning is around 10 hours each week. Okay, I want you all to invest at least this much amount of time every week to complete this learning journey. So let's see what are the topics you would be learning over the course of next weeks. Once you have learned about the underlying building blocks of GCP, later you would start by learning how to set up the cloud environment, the solution itself. Okay, what is cloud projects, how accounts are managed, what is a billing account, how to configure those billing accounts. Okay, how to install and configure command line interface, how what is a cloud shell in GCP. Along with it, the third module talks about planning and configuring the cloud solution. What is a pricing calculator, why Google recommends to use pricing calculator to get the updated pricing. Okay, how cost works in GCP. Okay, how different services cost you differently. Okay, so you need to learn all of these to be able to get to that AC certification. Okay, along with it, you need to know how to plan and configure compute resources, data storage options. Okay, what are different compute options available on GCP, similarly data storage options and networking options. So all these things, as you gradually progress in this self-paced course, you would be learning. Do not get overwhelmed by the information, the amount of information I'm sharing. Okay, just go with the flow, step by step complete this learning, and you would eventually be able to complete this course in the 6 weeks time. Similarly, in the third week, once you have set up your cloud solution, the environment, have you known the various computing and data storage and networking options. Okay, finally you would go on to do hands-on on very specific key services of GCP. What is Google Kubernetes engine, then what is amp engine, cloud run, cloud functions. You will also get to know the large number of pre-made solutions available on the cloud marketplace. What is a deployment manager, what are other less known data and networking options within GCP. Okay, all of the services which are available on the platform have one use or the other. Okay, you need to learn about each of these services, how these are defined. Most importantly, you need to know how permissions are granted to different people. Okay, if you are working in a team, okay, you need to know how identity and access management works, how Google ensure about the security of the cloud platform. So all these things you would be learning as you progress in this learning path. Once you have set up and deployed the Google solutions, okay, for example, if you have created and implemented and hosted a Google Kubernetes engine cluster, okay, later you need to know how to manage it. What are the various features which are available, which are configurable in any of that particular services. Similarly, you need to know what is a virtual machine, how machine is hosted on Google Compute Engine, what are managed instance group, okay, how networking works, what is a load balancer, how you balance load based on the incoming traffic, okay, or based on your requirements. So you need to know various specifications of each of these things. Similarly, you would know what are service accounts, how these are required when you are looking to connect two of those GCP services where data transfer has to take place. So there are various things you would be learning, and today is your day one. That's it. So this we will discuss it later. You can work on building your own study plans. Okay, I already told you you need to invest minimum 10 hours each week, and these are self paced. You may be able to complete in less duration, or you might require more number of hours to complete your weekly targets. Okay, and I would very much want you all to use that platform, the channel which we have created on Communal for all of your discussion, which will ensure that you are learning from each other. Okay, and for all your doubts and queries, feel free to just put it in that channel. Okay, for labs, for hands on, you do have chat support options from Cloud Skill Boost. Okay, there is a team which is available 24/7 for all of your queries. So that's needs to be seen. Yes, I would be sharing in. So I would be sharing the next steps along with the link to join that online community, the channel on Communal. Additionally, the weekly targets. So I will be posting everything. Okay, and when we meet on the next Tuesday, I want you all to at least completed the week one resources. I have got an update that all of you have been granted access to Quicklabs platform. So you need to start your learning journey from today itself. Now let me quickly show you how the hands-on platform look like. What are the specifics you need to know before you begin your hands-on journey. So I hope my web browser is visible to you all. Okay, cool. Thanks for the confirmation. Okay, let's start. So I was talking about this is the Bavi platform. Okay, whenever so you need to sign up on this platform, be a member of GDG Cloud Bhopal chapter. All of the upcoming events would be listed right here. And once you sign up, so whenever I create a new event, a new workshop, a notification would be sent to your email inboxes. Okay, So now let's talk about the hands-on platform. Just a minute. So you all would have got access to cloudskillboost.google. Okay, this is the training platform which you would be using over the course of next 6 to 7 weeks. Okay, and if you all see, you are added to the shared group. There are certain amount of credits which are in your account. Okay, I see it as 10,010 credits. Okay, it is very much equivalent to $10,010. Okay, each credit is equivalent to $1. Now I will not go into the learning path, but I will show you in a while. Before that, I will take you to a mock, the introductory lab. Okay, so let me take you and show you how this platform looks like. Firstly, okay, so there are two ways to sign in. Okay, if you are doing it for the first time, you need to click on join button. Either you can use your Gmail accounts, which is sign in with Google option, or you can create using the next step. Just fill this form. You would receive a confirmation link in your mailboxes. But if you are a user of Gmail or your mail is hosted on Google itself, I would very much recommend you to click on sign in with Google option, which will ensure you are having seamless access to this learning platform. So let me sign in using my own Google account. Okay, so once you do that, you would be landing on the home page. Okay, your home page might look different, as I have already enrolled into several of the quests. I am using this platform for a while now. Okay, and for now, this platform they have redesigned it and is available. New tabs are available. First is the path. Okay, the path suggests various roles. Okay, for example, you are looking to complete cloud engineering. Okay, learning path. Or for example, there is a new technology in demand called generative AI. So Google have created a curated resources. Okay, on generative AI with Google. So they have created this learning path. Similarly, various learning paths are available, but we would not be following these paths for now. I am just sharing what are the different tabs and what they have to offer. Second is the explore tab. Here list of all the labs, hands-on learning labs are available right here. If you recall, I was talking about uh, various quest. So earlier we used to call it as a quest. Okay, now they have transformed into some skill badges. Quest and skill badges are both same. Okay, for example, let's open this first quest itself, which is inspired from data with BigQuery. This is a quest name. What is a quest? Quest is a collection of labs. This is a skill badge. Okay, the badge looks like this. So once you complete this learning path, you would be earning this skill badge. Okay, now what is a quest? Quest is a collection of badge. Once you open any of the quest, you would be provided with that introductory details. First is the amount of the duration, the maximum amount of duration you would be requiring to complete this. Okay, I've seen people, they might need couple of attempts to complete that particular lab. That is fine, that is absolutely fine. That is the reason you are provided with multiple attempts. You can perform each lab for maximum of 5 times. Okay, the level is also provided, the credit is also provided, how much amount of credits would be required to complete all of the labs. Okay, now what you see here are the labs. Okay, this is the lab. How does a lab look like? Let's open this. Okay, so what you see on the screen is a home page of any lab. Okay, lab has its unique identification number. Okay, on the top left, what you see is the duration which is required, the maximum duration which Google thinks would be required to complete this lab. Okay. Now, lab is a collection of tasks. Okay. You are provided with the lab instruction. If you see on the right side, there is a list of tasks available with you. Index is given for this lab. Okay. Along with it, what I want from you, every time you go to any to start a lab, okay, before it, just go through the overview section. Basic introductory understanding is provided to you in the instruction itself. Okay, even before you start the timer, you should always go through the overview section. Next to overview, you would be having an objective section which suggests what you would be learning from that particular lab. Okay, so the title of this lab was Introduction to SQL on BigQuery. BigQuery is a data warehousing service of GCP, and Cloud SQL is Google's own offering of SQL service. So in this lab, you would be playing around with different commands, keywords of SQL basically. Along with it, the various tasks are also given. Other important thing you should note is activity tracking, which is available in the right side. Okay, few checkpoints are given, and which tracks your completion, whether you are completing task in a righteous manner or not. With each task, you are provided with the certain lab instructions. Okay, so that is the basic lab structure of each lab. Okay, now to mark a particular lab as completed, you would be requiring to complete each task in a following each of the steps carefully. Okay, for example, if a lab suggests to put a database name as Mayur DB, then you should keep it as Mayur DB only. Do not change it. Okay, because there are chances activity tracking is set in such a manner that they will also pick up the keywords. So you need to blindly follow the lab instruction to complete a particular task and eventually to complete that particular lab. So once you obtain 100% score for a particular lab, you can click on the end lab button. I will give you a live demo of that also in a while. But once you complete that lab successfully, okay, then only you would be able to see a green check next to any of those particular lab. That is other thing you should keep in mind. Okay, you need to follow lab instructions blindly. Additionally, there are various hyperlinks also available along the lab instruction. Okay, you need to review all those hyperlinks also. For example, even in the prerequisite section, there are two hyperlinks available. Okay, you can check, go on to check those. Okay, along with the lab instruction, also there are chances they give you hyperlink to any other study resource or for Google's documentation. Again, you should go on to check those links. Now let me take you to the beginners lab. Okay, which is your task for today. Okay, I want you all to complete that particular introductory quest by end of tomorrow. Okay, which will give you a hands-on understanding of this platform. I will share this link in the instruction in the call itself. Okay, I want you all to complete at least this particular lab. This will give you hands-on experience and a brief idea how that platforms look like, how you would be working on this platform. Later, you can go on to follow your learning path carefully. So, let me share this link in the chat section and you can follow along. So all of you, if you have already created an account on Cloud Skill Boost, you can go on to perform the and to have a look at the platform. Okay, this is a very introductory lab. It do not have even tracking also. Okay. Oh, they do have it now. So what I want you to do is click on the start lab button. Okay. Now, other thing I want you all to note is always perform lab in the incognito window. Okay. Why I'm asking is because see, most of us use Google accounts. Okay. So when you log into any other Google account, either you ensure that you are using and logging into a that temporary account, or it is better you use incognito window. Okay. Simply double tap on it, click on open a new in private window. So when you open this lab in a new in private window, uh, every time you it will be filled with your student account. Okay, this is nothing but a temporary account and would remain active for the duration for the lab duration. Okay. So in the uh, if you see in the lab instructions page, okay, once you click on the start lab button, you are provided with two or three temporary credential. First is the username, which is nothing but a Google's account. Second is a password. This is very much similar to your own Gmail accounts. You have an email ID uh, as a username, which is student account. Okay. Second is the password. Third is the project ID. I will show you what is a project ID and what are the other key resources. Just follow along with me for a while. Just look at your screen. So once you click on sign in button, okay, with your temporary email ID and password, it will ask you to accept. Every time this will come, a pop-up will come to accept terms and condition. Okay. Finally, it will be taking you to the home page of lab instructions. Okay. So you would be landing to the home page of Google Cloud. This is called Google Cloud Console. Okay. The screen you are seeing is Google Cloud Console. Simply accept the terms and condition in any of the pop-ups. And the screen now visible to you is the Google's homepage, okay, or Google Console. So here are various information which is available to you. Let's look at it one by one. So always ensure you are logged into a student account, okay. Ensure you are not working in your personal accounts. So there would be eventually permissions issue. Okay. Second thing you should note is a project is selected for you or not. Okay. If you look at the credentials, okay, when you click the start lab button, okay, a timer started. Along with it, you were having username, password, and the project ID. So project is something which is important to start any of the resources in GCP. So what needs to be done? Every time you start a lab, when you sign in, ensure a project is already uh, a project is selected for you or not. Okay. If it is not, simply click on the project. Here you would be having select a project option. Go to all section under Quick Labs resources. You would see a Quick Labs project, which is Quick Labs hyphen GCP hyphen some alpha numeric. Okay. You need to select this project. Okay. This same project ID is visible in your lab page also. So you need to verify you are working in the same project. This is something mandatory you need to do every time. Okay. Once it is done, Here, from now on, you can perform any of the tasks by following the lab instructions. Let me share my screen. Then I was talking about this. Okay, this is the project ID which is assigned for this particular lab instance. The credential are also associated with this project ID. All okay. Now I was talking about some lab fundamentals. Okay, so every time you start a lab, okay, I have already talked about credits. Credits are required for paid labs. You are allotted with enormous amount of credits which you can use to perform labs. So you need not to worry. It is up to you. Okay, if you want to work on additional labs which are not desired in our learning path, you can do those also and earn some additional badges. Okay, there are various number of skill badges which are available for your self learning. Now time I've told you, okay, lab has a desired amount of duration. Okay, these resources are available for this timer only. Okay, once that once this time ends, okay, all these resources would be scheduled for deletion and and would be eventually deleted. So nothing can be saved, which whatever you work in the lab will be lost. Only this progress tracker remains. Okay, if you complete this lab before the time, then that completion would be recorded that you have simply completed the lab. Rest of the task or the activities which you have performed would be lost. Score I have told you. uh, Reading and following instruction. Okay, so whenever you go on to work on any of the lab, you always should start by the very first reading through the overview section, later look at a prerequisite section, and finally click on start lab button. It will eventually help you to save additional couple of minutes for your lab. Okay, if you start the timer in the beginning and then on go on to read the lab instruction, then you would be wasting the lab's time. You also would be finding some of the test quizzes in the lab instruction section, which are optional to be performed. Now I've told you that you need to use these credential and always try to sign in the incognito window. Second thing was project ID. It is the organizing entity. Okay, project is something which is linked to the billing account. Here, billing accounts are of the Google Learning platform. You are not paying it, but once you create your own GCP account, you would see that you would start by creating a project, then linking it to a billing account. You have signed into the account. Second thing is project info. So your project has project name, ID, and number. Everything will be explained as you progress in the course. Okay, so you will find more details on it in your first course, which is core infrastructure. So everything will be you would eventually get used to it. For now, just understand that using a lab have definite set of instruction. You need to start the lab. You need to log into Google Console every time using username and password. Follow all the lab instructions. Complete all the task. Okay, complete all the various checkpoints. Once you obtain full score, simply go on to sign out from the temporary account. Okay, you need to sign out from this. Let me show you more features. Okay, this is the search box. Here you can look for various GCP services in a quick manner. In the top left, you have a navigation menu. There's hamburger icon. All the GCP projects are listed right here. The services and projects are listed right here. You also have a new section called all products. So all of the GCP services would be listed in this particular all product sections. Additionally, this I've told you. Now there is something called Cloud Shell. Cloud Shell is what? It gives you terminal access to your cloud platform. So majorly there are two ways to interact with GCP. First is this GUI, the Google Cloud Console. Second one is the Cloud Shell. Now, what is Cloud Shell? Cloud Shell is also a virtual machine. You will learn it later. It comes with pre-installed various SDKs, so you can interact with Google Cloud Platform using this terminal UI. If you are used to using Linux operating system, or you like using some terminal user interface, then this is your go-to point. Okay, whatever you do on this GUI can also be done in the Cloud Shell. Now if you recall, shortly before I told you that once you sign in, always ensure a project is selected for you. Yes, similarly, whenever you work on the Cloud Shell, here also you need to ensure that a project ID is selected for you. Here it is highlighted in yellow color. Yes, if it is not, what you need to do, sometimes there are chances project ID is not selected for you. So what you do, simply run this command gcloud config set project along with the project ID, which is again available in the lab instructions. Copy this, paste it right here, and sorry. So with proper indentation, if you paste it, it will run a API call and a project will be set up for you. So there is no change because it was already selected. I was just showing you a project. It is important that you are working in that same project. Okay, you will also get hands-on labs on cloud shell also to do performs various tasks on cloud shell. So no need to worry. For now, just understand that there is a terminal access to the cloud platform, and anything you do on this platform is also very much doable on the cloud shell also in a much faster manner. Here you will go on to search for a specific service and product, provide fill up those forms and then run it. Here simply run the command and it will be done in much less duration. Along with it, you have, I have told you about navigation menu. Now you have something called IAM and admin. Okay, identity and access management. So here, from here, you manage all of your accounts. Those are having access to the project. So that is again manageable from this particular section. So you would again, when you would come to a chapter where you would be learning about identity and access management, you would get more understanding on this. And this is very much important topic if you talk about this particular certification. Now if you see carefully, this is the same student account which we are working on. Okay, so our student account is this 2999A. So this is the very same email ID under which we are working. So someone or Google's training team have created this account and have provided viewer and editor role over this account. That is the reason we are able to sign in. Okay, so we ourselves as a student of this particular lab are part of this project as a viewer member. So that is one thing you should understand. Then you have APIs and all. Okay, so our task was to enable Dialogflow API. Let's look for it. So let's enable this API and then we can click on End Lab button. For that, you need to go into APIs and services. Click on enable API and services. So all these instructions would be available in lab instructions also. So click on enable API and services. In the new window, you need to search and look for Dialogflow API. Once you are here, click on it. Here you will see enable button. You need to enable this API to complete and mark this lab as completed. This was a very simple task. Just they wanted to ensure that you are following the lab instructions. So if you see our API is enabled, as you can see the status turned to enable. Now what you need to do, either click on check my progress, or you have check my progress button here also. So you would have a pop-up message that you have completed that assessment task correctly. Once done, you need to click on end lab button. Even before doing that, my recommendation would be close the additional tabs which you have opened in the lab, and then click on and click sign out from the student account firstly. Once done, you can close the incognito window. Okay, that you can do. Once done, now you can click on finally, click on end lab button once you have got full assessment score. Once you complete this, you can close the labs and tasks. Okay, now I need to show you some additional things in the Commoodle itself. Okay,
Okay, I think he exited the stage by mistake. He will be back. Yeah, he just called. He's getting back.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Arpan,
Yes, please tell me.
I cannot see the other various options.
Your voice
Your
broke.
voice broke. Your 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 voice broke. Your
Probably logged in with multiple tabs.
Hello.
Yes, you're back.
Arpan, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Uh,
Yes.
okay. Sorry, guys. So I was just talking about like how to use Communal as a platform, uh, using channel as a medium to interact with each other. Let me share my screen again. So, guys, you should be on this page, Communal. Simply go to GDG Cloud Bhopal community. Okay, here you would be finding channels. Okay, I've shared this link. I
That
will.
was, yeah, this link is shared. That was the admin panel. So you can just search for Bhopal and you'll find GDG Cloud Bhopal.
Yeah,
And under the channel tab, you will find this.
yes. So here I would be sharing all the relevant important resources to start with. Whether my whole screen is visible to you, Arpan?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, so I would be sharing this deck along with pinning up this particular slide, which will basically give you all the hyperlinks you need to follow throughout this learning journey. Along with it, this study guide, I will share a ebook with you in that same channel, which you can refer to if you are looking to get some theoretical resources. Additionally, there are various important blogs, videos which you can find across various platforms such as YouTube, LinkedIn, Medium. So that again I would be sharing in the channel section itself. For now, what I was talking about, we will use a communal channel only as a one-stop platform for all of our interactions. Okay, do not post your certification or the study group related queries in WhatsApp group or any other platform. Okay, let's keep this study group focused. For any of your queries, feel free to ping it in channel section. I will ensure that I am checking the channel or at least twice daily. Next to it, for the week one learning resources, okay, just go review the first pre-work section. This will basically take you to the homepage of the syllabus uh, of associate. additional details of this particular exam is available in this review section. Okay, talking about week 1 learning resources. So first one is the course template. Okay, here you would be getting additional details of this syllabus. Okay, what are the various study resources which are available to you in this particular learning path. You need to enroll in this course, look at all of the resources one by one, complete and watching all the videos. If there are documents, you need to go through it. If there are quizzes, you need to complete it. And eventually labs would be there which you need to perform with 100% assessment risk scores. Okay, so you can see that you have a video, a document, you have quizzes. In this first course there are no labs. Okay, but if when you go on to do the fundamental core infrastructure course, you would see that there are certain hands-on labs again. So this is the first hands-on learning course. Okay, here you would be having labs. You can see, so which each section, for example, resources and access in the cloud, you have videos, you have lab, and then you have a quiz to be completed. And once you complete all the resources, okay, all the task, review all the content, then only this course would be marked as completed. What additional thing I was referring to, there is a help support. Okay, uh, once you sign in, you would be having this help center. Okay, when you click on help center, there is a chat section. So this chat support team is available 24/7. Once you sign in, then only that chat support would be visible to you. Along with it, these are quest. Okay, where skill badges are written, these are only quest. Okay, there are no video or quizzes. The first section have courses, the second section have skill badges. So you need to complete all of these. We will discuss second week resources and we'll revise first week resources on next Tuesday. For now, ensure you are signing up to Cloud Skill Boost. Start with your week 1 courses. Okay, what I want on the next Tuesday when we connect again, you have completed week 1 courses and the skill badge. And all other relevant details, I will send a follow up email shortly. Additionally, keep an eye on channel on Communal. Now, if you have any doubts, I am all yours. Feel free to post it in the chat section. Okay, I will be happy to answer it. Hello.
There are some questions in the Q&A and chat also about showing zero credits or something.
Yes. Let me first look for the tab where we are. Okay. So, regarding, so for that, I need to know whether you have registered using the same email ID or not. The I have 404 enrollments. So just ensure that you are signed in using the same email account with which you are registered on Quick Labs, or with which you are registered for this event. Okay, you have couple of things to check. Firstly, ensure that you have registered for this event. If yes, if you have received emails regarding today's session, then you need to check whether you are using that same email ID for accessing Quick Labs or Cloud Skill Boost. Then only credit will be visible to you. As far as I know, all of them have been provided with the credits. Uh, Or what I can do as a workaround. Uh, Firstly, I want you all to just check whether you are signed into Quick Labs using that same email ID. Sir, we have our end Sam's going to. Yes, this is a self-paced learning. Okay, if you want to complete 3 weeks task in 1 week, that is also doable. So I have no constraint on that. It's just I want you all to follow in a slow-paced manner and complete everything in the due time. Okay, do not make yourself overwhelmed or overburdened by these additional tasks which I am sharing with you. It's all yours. Okay, so on Quick Labs you have full access. You can perform any lab. Even you want to do generative AI hands-on labs, you can do that. I am no one to stop you, but if you are enrolled in this certification, I want you to get certified also. uh, Sir, how can I watch video again from the first? Okay, so shortly this video I would be stopping the recording and I would be sharing the link to this video on the channel itself.
And we will re-embed it here on this page also, so you can always come back and watch it.
That would be great. So do not worry, resources would be available. I do have couple of videos from Google Steam itself also. Okay, so I will share create a resource folder also, and we'll look how we can make it as accessible to you. Maybe I would create a G drive and then would share a link on channel. Uh, yes, slides would be shared. Even also the learning path would be shared. The only ask from you all is to complete the task, weekly task, okay, in the due time. Suggest some certificates which is important. Okay, I think these were questions for our guest speaker. uh, I'm the first year. What are the prerequisite required? Shivam, there is no prerequisite for this particular certification. Only open mind, your open mind and willingness to learn is required. Okay, so this is a associate entry level certification. Everything which is taught here would be from basics itself. What if I'm saying that I have already done this, then do I need to do? So if you have completed certain labs already, Atul, there is no need for you to do it again. If you want to do it for the sake of revision, you can do it. Sir, is this course paid? Sorry, I could not. So the resources, learning resources, the cloud platform, the hands-on learning platform is freely accessible to you. At the end of learning, okay, I'm trying to get certain sponsors. If I can get it, some discounted exam vouchers, because eventually this certification is paid. Now, other point is globally this certification cost 200 USD. Okay, but in India it is available at a discounted price of 80 USD. So that is again great. But I am even trying to get some 50% discount vouchers. If I can manage, I cannot promise as of today, but I am trying to do that. And we might be able to sponsor couple of free certification vouchers also. Always I have to learn. Yes, every time you start a lab, you would be presented with new student ID. Okay, every time that is dynamic. Okay, the system generates a new student account and will provide new credentials. So You need to log out it from every time. Okay, at the end of that particular time, everything will be deleted. You would not be having access to that. Is there any WhatsApp group? No, there is not. There is a WhatsApp group for community, not for this certification group. You need to review the channel. Arpan has already shared the link. Okay, let me share it again. If you have registered for this, I will drop a email also. So, per though the system automatically creates student ID every time you click a start lab button. Even for the same lab, if you start the lab 4 times, new ID would be created every time. So I want you all to start with the first course. Okay, gradually they will teach you everything, even how to start the lab. Everything will be repeated again. Okay, so let me revise couple of important things, then we can conclude today's session. The first is we would be doing every discussion on channel on Communal. Okay. Next is
Mayur, I think you got on mute. Your mic changed.
okay.
Maybe. Yeah, now you're audible. Okay, went away again. I suppose there is some mic connection issue. Still not audible.
So I was simply reviewing the important points which we have discussed today. Okay, we will be meeting every Tuesday at 6 p.m. sharp. Okay, similar to today over the course of next 6 to 7 weeks. Okay. Additionally, I will be sharing important announcements in the public channel, this study group channel, which is available on Communal. Thirdly, I will be soon sending a follow up email with all important instructions needed to be followed. Uh, the learning is free of cost. Okay. But eventually, this is a global certification. This is a paid certification. You would be it has a cost, but I am trying to get some sponsors, either to get 50% discount vouchers, and I am also trying to get couple of full 100% vouchers, but I cannot commit on that. What I want you all, this is an entry level certification. You can utilize this journey as a start of your cloud learning journey, and eventually understand what GCP has to offer. That's it from my end. I will be stopping the recording and streaming now. And for any of your doubts and queries, feel free to post it in the study group channel. I will be happy to answer it.